Hello, how's everybody doing? Well, now we're back on the art, on flash art. And I just want to make sure that everything is seen. I know this thing is kind of maybe a little bit crooked, but I can't really worry about it right now. Or maybe the painting, the artwork is probably a little bit crooked. But anyway, because we don't do like rulers and stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, we're going to break down the puzzle. Okay, I'm going to take this out because I don't know, I just feel more comfortable without it. Okay, and I'm sorry this is going to mess up, but that's the way life is. So we're going to take down puzzle, and what we're doing, this is a flash art. I don't know what number it is, maybe it's like 5 or 6, and I'll find out later. But the first thing I think about is like, what did I learn from it? Well, this one, as far as rules are concerned, we had the rule of the square. I wanted to make it a square. Now we have two sets of rules that we've been dealing with. We have the physics of flash art rules, and also to make it or to develop or to create the puzzle, we have another rules that we set. So now I guess we can make that, if you follow all of these, I guess now we can say that we have two sets of rules that we follow all the time, which is the physics of flash art and also the rules that we make to create the flash art. Okay? Excuse me. So now we're going to tear it down. I've had it with me for a while. Like I said, it's always really nice to see something totally new that you live with and that you created. And you just learn so much, and it also like develops something. I'll figure that out later on. But it makes you come up with new ideas because I always have to think about like what's coming up next. And I usually tell you what's going to come up next, which is nice too. And I guess I can state it now. The next one is going to be, actually I got two ideas from this one. One I got writing on the wall. The reason why I got it because I was using the magic marker to make the pieces of the puzzle. So that gave me inspiration to do one on writing on the wall, which seems like it may be simple, but I'm sure I'll make it complicated some kind of way while I'm doing it. However, the next one that I wanted to do, let me see if I could remember the next one that I want to do, because I have to state it in this one. I know one is writing on the wall, and there's Lost in Space. So the next one is going to be Lost in Space, and then after that one is going to be writing on the wall, which I got the inspiration from the next ones that I'm going to do from this one, which is the puzzle. Okay, this one is going to be kind of easy to tear down, I think. I'm not sure. I don't think I could ever, in the near future, I usually ask myself if I'm going to keep any pieces or if I'm going to use any pieces for the next one. And I think it's a no. Now, for the Lost in Space, I did have to go to the art store. Me thinking, oh wow, it's just going to be so easy. And I had the ideas in my mind. And I knew I had to go to the art store because it was specifically things that I needed. I couldn't find in a drugstore or anything. And of course, it came out to be where it was, for me, kind of expensive. So maybe I spent like $45 or a little bit more. But I had to. I don't know why, I just had to. And there's things I can use throughout. And I haven't spent any money on the flash art recently because I usually keep a lot of things to use for different ones. So I usually end up spending maybe $5 or $10 on each one because I have things that I already have in it. It's like a a trunk or a big box that I keep, and I'm able to utilize those things, so it makes it less expensive. However, this one, which seems so easy and uncomplicated, was a little bit expensive because some ideas I wanted. But the thing about it is the ideas, I can spend something on, I usually spend something on things when I can learn from them. And that's what I call recycle. There's one thing in art that I call recycle, and a lot of things that I do on the station is like, I call it a recycle if I spend money, because what I call recycle is when I learn something from it, it's more like a recycle because I'm utilizing it, I'm absorbing it in myself, the money that I spent, which is more valuable. So I look at it sometimes as an investment, okay? So now let's tear it down. It's hard for me to tear down things, but because I fall in love with each piece, okay? So I guess it's gonna be easy. And before, what I used to do is I used to never show you a lot of things. I don't go from the end. I don't go from beginning to end. I usually cut it off. But now, because of the factor of that I'm actually using while creating it physically, I use a lot of concepts from I have to say my because I want you to know that it's on this station. Not because I'm haughty or anything, but I use my American yoga / dance about music to accomplish the art. Okay, and I want you to do that because I want you to. Oh, that's a big subject. But everything is on. I have to advertise for it. I have to plug it. Everything about American yoga / dance about music. It's on the videos, and it's all free, and it only helps you to do so many things. But I have to go on with this now, and you have to come to the decision whether you want to understand about the American yoga. Because see, like this, okay, this is what I call a flashart. You see how I'm lifting to do this, okay? I'm using the concepts of American yoga because I'm using my energy to do this, okay? And I get the money back. I get the thing back by seeing how I do this. I know it seems pretty simple. It seems kind of rudimentary, but it's very, very complex. And you see that once you get involved in the American yoga. And I haven't did American yoga class in a long time, but we're on precision, and it gets so complex. So detailed, so micro fine that I'm not able to do it because I'm working on my next lessons. And it takes a long time because you have to develop which I talk about a lot in my classes, I call them classes, or in my YouTubes of American yoga. I talk about it all the time. I gotta stay on point, so let's just finish this. Okay. I just finished this. And another thing too, when you're watching the way I do things, when you watch the way I do things, it all has to do with American yoga, okay? So this one's gonna be down pretty soon. Seems like it's pretty easy. And I'm going to stretch up and take this down. Okay. So it's coming out. Very easy. That's done. Now all of these are just, papers that I use this one. This one is from a former one. These papers come from over and over. So this time I'm not going to use any of it. Reuse any of this. This is all going to go in the garbage. But if I had a lot of storage and I had more, more storage, more organized, storage for these things, I would probably keep them. But now they're going, oh wow, I didn't know that the marker, I was afraid that the marker was going to go through the wall a little bit, but it did. I was afraid, and it did go through the wall a little bit. But I can paint it. I mean, I try not to do that. And this is the first time I ever did something like that. But I will paint it. And like I said, I wanted to get a gloss. I want to get like a gloss paint. Something that's better to where I can put tape up, because I just use tape basically. And maybe I'll ask somebody about it, but it's not really all that bad. Actually, I could probably try and wash it off or something. I don't think it's that bad. I didn't need for it to happen, but But it's not ruined. I mean, it didn't ruin the wall, it just ruined the paint a little bit. And it only happened in a few spaces. I tried to double this paper. And now, so all of this is garbage. So now, then I gotta make sure I get as much tape off, all the tape off. Some of it's gonna be difficult. Okay. I hope you still hear me. And while I'm not talking, you have to see how I'm doing things, how I'm taking it off. I know that sounds strange, but you learn a lot from everything, So I got some of these tapes that's on here, not too much, but I do have a few marks. This one where the paper, the tape took a little bit of the paint off. So I gotta fix this, but it's not, I mean, I know I can fix it. Okay. And some of the places I have a little bit of tape. Like I said, I don't want to get to the point where I'm not worried about the wall at all. So I am worried about it. And everything seems fixed. So now I'm just looking for the tape that I can't take off. Just a little bit. Yeah. Here, I got another piece. Everything else seems to be alright. Now a little piece here. I don't really. But anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna take that much time with this. But anyway. Okay, so that's it. There's some more paint here that's missing. But I want to get somebody, I'm actually going to get somebody professional to do this wall. Okay, I'm going to ask around. But anyway, so that's what it is. So now we're at the point to where we talk about the next one, and which is Lost in Space. So now we have Lost in Space. I'm going to show you the things that I got. I have I guess you want to know where I got it. Well, I got it at it's not a plug or anything. I'm just letting you know. It's called Plaza Art. I guess Plaza Art. Yeah, the name of it is Plaza Art. Pretty nice art store. What I mean is very nice is that they really know how to choose the things for artists. They got so many different kinds of things. I've been to some art stores to where they're not as they don't have like an intricate selection for a small store. The best art stores I've ever been in was in New York City. I think it was called Pearl Art, yes. And they have very good selections of everything. There's a Pearl Art in New York City, in Manhattan, and there was a Pearl Art in Atlanta, Georgia. Was it Atlanta, Georgia that I went to Pearl Art? I'm almost sure it's Atlanta, Georgia. Pearl Art in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, Pearl Art in Atlanta, Georgia, and they pretty much have a very good inventory of things. But of course, the one in New York was just awesome, and not just that, but they had like two stores that I used to go to. They had one for like framing, which was separate. I don't know about how it is now, but then they had like this store, and it was on the east side. I'm almost sure it was on the east side. Okay, on the I don't know if it was. Oh yeah, because it was further down. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I'm not gonna say. And I don't have time to search my memory so much. But I used to go there all the time. They had like 5 or 6 floors, and for different sections and different things like oil paintings, and then they had like paper, and then they had like linen in the bottom, canvases and things like that. It's just like a dream to go to. But anyway, I just got brown paper. I got it because it's very dark, and I used some of the brown paper for the last YouTube on the music that I use. So I got brown paper, then I got black construction paper, which we're going to use. And I don't like to get off screen. And I got masking tape, which is totally too expensive nowadays. I don't know if it's that store, but they charge too much for masking tape. But I had to get it. Not the regular masking tape is not as bad, but it was expensive. And then if you choose a masking tape with a different color, like blue or black, they charge you more. And they charge you more because the way to make the masking tape black costs more money. So that's what he just told me. And I'm very careful with my budget now. So if I can't learn something from something, or if I can't invest it, when I say invest, I mean able to utilize it in my understanding, then I pretty much don't like to do it. So I got these. I went into the store and I was like, I need something, because I saw it in my mind. And of course, everything is perfect in your mind, but now I know that we work with physics. And I meant to say something about the rules. I want to go back and I wanted to tell you about some of the rules that I created in the puzzle. And I didn't talk about the rules, but we did learn that now we're basically working with 2 rules: the rules of physics of flash art, and also the rules that we make up to create the art. And I didn't really go over anything. The only thing I had was the only rules I made. One of the rules was, like I said, I wanted to try and double the paper so that it wouldn't get the marks on the wall. But I got little points on the wall, which was, I'm sorry for that. But it's not that bad. I had to connect. I had to use a magic marker, and I had to make sure that it was the right size, each puzzle that I did, each shape of the puzzle that I did. So, making the puzzle. And it was pretty much easy. I remember when I first did all the papers, I didn't know what was going to happen because it was like, I just taped up paper. And then I came up with the idea of making it an actual puzzle, or appear to be an actual puzzle. So getting back to this, so anyway, I had a perfect idea. I wanted to make everything black. This one is for Lost in Space. Everything black. And I wanted to be like Lost in Space. I wanted to make like, maybe a ship or something, but I probably won't do that. But I'm going to make a space like in outer space. So I don't know, I think it should be in a rectangle. I know I like to use squares a lot, but I think it's going to be in a rectangle to show like a segment of space. And I needed colors. And when I went to the store, I told the guy, I hadn't seen him in so long. I said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And of course, he remembered me. And I said, I was thinking, I saw it in my mind, this marker that can show up on black, on a black background. And of course, I thought it was so simple. And he showed me these. They were expensive, like I said. And so I got a yellow one. And the yellow one I got it fine. I was surprised because it was so like complicated. They had like fine, extra fine, medium fine, and regular. And I decided, and I saw in my mind that if it's something really bright, I can use a fine. I didn't know which fine to use because they had 3 different kinds of fine. So I think I wanted the regular fine. So they have this thing, and they have like I guess a metal ball like in here inside to keep it, from clotting, not clotting, so it's able to come out easier. And he showed it to me on a black sample board. And this one turned out. A yellow one I use fine because if it's bright, I don't have to use that much. It's the light is gonna go right to the yellow. A white, of course, I wanted to use a white. Of course, I'm going to use the white in space because it's outer space. And it reminded me. I got kind of influenced, or I guess I can say, I got some inspiration from when I go outside. I do smoke. I go outside and I smoke. I don't smoke inside in the apartment. It's just a millennial thing. And I would always, at night, I would see this star, but I see differently because my eyes are not perfect. I can't say it's my eyes or whatever because it's so far away. I mean, at least I can see it. I mean, I don't have problems seeing. But what I'm saying, I think it is because I do wear contact lenses. But when I see it more like twinkling, and I'm almost sure the stars do twinkle. And I wanted to make something like that, so that kind of the inspiration. And it's white, and it's like flickering, and it's not like one, but it's like a flicker, I see it. I don't know which star it is. I don't know everything. And I got a pink thing. I got a pink one, which is kind of has a lot of light also. So then for the ones, that's going to be the fine lines. And for the medium lines, which are darker, I don't know why I got a black one. Oh, I think I got a black one for mistakes or to reshape things. So this is a black one. Then I got a red one, which is medium. I don't know if it's really medium, but it was less than medium. It was so many different sizes. And then a green one is smaller than the red one. And then a purple one, space, purple. And you shake them up. So those are the colors I got. This is the first time I think I've worked with these things. So, now, the paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the paper. I usually do a little bit of what I want in this segment of flash art, which is on my channel. And I don't know why I got the brown really, but I got the brown because it's dark, you know. It's very close to black. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm going to open up the black. And I'm almost sure, like I said, I want to make it square. I mean, not square, but rectangle, okay? And like I said, I don't use rulers or anything the reason why is because when you use rulers so much, you kind of, if you have to, I think it's very important, but you lose, no, not that I lose. I want to strengthen the air conditioner's coming on, so I have to talk louder. I want to strengthen my ability of natural measurement, okay? And if you never do it, you never strengthen it. But if you're familiar with any of my American yoga classes, you'll see, or there's a segment on measuring. It's very good. Measurement is not a number, okay? That's my thing I came up with, okay? I don't know if anybody else agrees with it, so I'm going to say it's mine. Okay, so I'm going to take, I think I'm going to use this. I don't want to use the, how can I say? I don't want to use the Scotch tape because this time I don't want to have the reflection for that. So now the only thing I didn't get was my glasses over there, and I don't like to get off screen. I already told you that. So anyway, I'm taking this out, the black masking tape that's very expensive, and we're gonna find this space. Most likely I want to do it in the middle. Let's see this. I want to see how it goes up. I guess I want it up a little bit, but I don't like to reach too much. But you know, I'm going to, which I have in my mind, to get a little step ladder. Not a small step ladder, but a medium-sized step ladder. So I can do things a little bit higher. So anyway, I think this is good, like right here, okay? I want to make a legend on it, but that's another thing. You know, a legend saying like something about space. But I have to decide on that. So I see this like this, and my natural measurement shows me that it looks all right, you know. But I don't know if I should keep it this way or if I should keep it this way. And I may just keep it this way, okay? So I'm gonna put up, I don't know how I wanna make this tape, but I'm just gonna put that like that, okay? So maybe I might move it a little bit. But it looks pretty straight to me. But I wanna make it, I think it should go a little bit up because I wanna make it, when I come up, I want it to touch, kinda like touch, I don't wanna be behind, but maybe that's good too, you know what I mean? So I gotta think about that right now. So that one is gonna, so that means the space is gonna be from here to right about here. But if I step up, because I'm going to do music on it, it's going to be like, you know, under my head. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I'll put it a little bit higher. Let me put this over here. So I'm going to bring it up just a little bit, which of course I don't want to do because I don't want to reach, but you know, that's such is life. So there, if I go like this, you can still see space, okay? If I come up on it. Or maybe it's better the other way, I don't know. So I have to make the decision now. And then I can put it like down, because it is gonna be a rectangle. And it's going to, no matter what, it's gonna spread out here and it's gonna spread out there. So I have to think that out. So I think it's gonna win going up, okay? since it is space, you have to look up anyway. So I'm gonna put it like right there. Okay? So that's a decision I made here on my channel. We're breaking it down. Now we got to come to another decision. I wanted to overlap it like this, or else I think I just want to keep it like this, because I'm going to, let's put this half. Okay. So, because what I decided to is, I decided to, in the, like in these joints, I decided to put the tape, put tape on the so far, okay? So I got one that way. Now I'm going to just fill it up, and you're gonna watch me do it in the mindset of American yoga, okay? Believe it or not, there's one big deal about art. It's actually performing it, okay? I don't care what it is, you still have to perform art. You perform art if you do oil paintings, no matter what you do. If it's sculpturing, that's even more performance, okay? And I use the concepts of American yoga when I do it. So that's probably why I keep the segment in, to show you that you're actually doing it. And people who don't realize they're actually performing the art, then you lose a lot of understanding in doing art and creating art. Because it's a big point that they didn't stress in any of the art classes I took. But we stress it here. So here I'm gonna make this, and I'm pretty much gonna do all the black part while on screen, okay? How wide do I want to make it? I think I want to make it pretty wide, okay? It is space. So I'm making these decisions while I'm with you. Okay. I could do this. I was thinking, I wonder how many I would have to go down to get this exact. So I was thinking about doing that. Ooh, a tape fell. I can't get I gotta keep this up and keep on screen, okay? So anyway, I'm not gonna I think I gotta keep it like this. Because if I did it the other way, okay, this is the way it's gonna be done, okay. I gotta make quick decisions because it is flash art, okay. So I'm gonna do the whole, now I'm going to maybe not talk too much, but I'm gonna finish the whole background, okay. And like I said, now I'm into how I do things, okay. There's another thing I want to stress when I finish this. Go back here. There's something here because I don't know if I want to, I know there's a space in here, but I'm just gonna keep it like that because I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm just gonna finish this. I'm just gonna finish this now, but I think I'm gonna put, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. Just keep going. It's just I'm thinking about, wasting the tape, but I can't worry about wasting the tape. But what I'm saying is like the holding up, I have to make sure that it's held up, with the tape. And now we're talking about physics, and I have like these spaces in here. So I may have to, most likely, I'm going to use the tape in the creases. You'll see. Because I'm doing this whole part while I'm on screen. Okay. Of course, I'm not going to be so picky. That's the whole point. I'm not going to be picky about how I put things up. If the physics of flash art doesn't, get in the way. Okay, and it looks like I'm going to do another or one or two more layers. And the thing about it is that you don't realize that you're learning. If you're watching how I'm doing it, you're actually learning a lot. It's really, really, I would say boring or whatever, but it's not really boring for some people who understand the channel. Now I'm getting this. I can see like, not a kind of like a problem because all this is being hooked up to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solidify these top spaces by putting tape because all of this is hung on this tape. If you understand what I'm talking about. So I'm solidifying the top. Oh, I gotta do more. And of course, masking tape is not that sticky, which is better. So I'm gonna put a lot of masking tape. I'm also deciding to put it under. You'll see, I'll show you. Now what I decided, if I could do it, I'm not sure. I don't want to mess this up. Okay. I didn't know I was gonna do this. Okay, that's good. Okay. I decided to solidify it here. Solidify it here. Solidify it here. Solidify it here. And then I'm going to keep solidifying it. Not this one is not really solidifying, but this one is like covering up the creases. I guess I would call creases or groins. This one didn't, I gotta do it later. And I decided to put this here, okay? Okay, and this one didn't go to the corner, to the end. I'm adding this. Okay. Now, I'm going to put another, I don't think this is just going to be it. I think I want to do 2 more. I don't know why. Or maybe I could just keep it like that. Space. But I think I want to do more, yeah. So now, I'm putting this here. 3 or 4 more. It has to be a square. I mean, I want to keep it a square. So now I've decided to put like that. Okay. This one. This one, I don't know if 3 is good, but it's got to stay a rectangle. I want to keep it a rectangle. If I put another one, will it still be a rectangle? We have to see the measurement on it. And like I said, a measurement is not a number, but what you see is a measurement. Okay, it's not a number. I mean, as far as my concept in this channel, this is a measurement. I could put a number to it, and that relieves you of so many numbers. Numbers has its own art. And I got a lot of sections on measuring. Okay, now I have to decide, do I do 1 more? Okay, if I do 1 more, is this still going to be a rectangle? I think it's still going to be a rectangle. I'm going to do 1 more, and then, so let's solidify this. Now we're solidifying everything. This is the physics part of it. Okay. And I don't know, okay, I don't want to do that. I want to do the second one and then solidify. Then do the cracks. So, doing this one, this is the last one. The last. Put this one on the end. Oh wow, I got this messed up. This one's gonna be alright. Oh, well, okay, let's put it there. We're almost finished with this setup of the background. Two more. And one thing I'm saying about watching is just that I'm showing you that everything is important. Like me putting up the tape is important. The way it's done, you have to really put into it all the time. I mean, not just say, I want to do this and just do it, because you have to use different approaches to put things up sometimes. But if you never record, I call it recording or being aware of how you do things, then it won't become easier next time. When I say any easier, I mean you learn things, you learn about how to put up art while you're creating it. And if you continually do that, you learn more. Okay, so now I'm solidifying this. I guess this would be called, well, actually, this one is like holding up. I mean, covering up the cracks. Okay, that's what this one is for, and that has to do with. I guess what that have to do with. Now we have the two different kind of rules: the physics and the rules. And this one would be like. Overlapping, because I'm doing it for the rules and I'm doing it for the physics also. The rules because I don't want the cracks to show. The physics because it solidifies the whole background. And now we're doing the side. And now the bottom. The threshold. I know there was going to be a problem with the bottom. I didn't want it to puffy, but that's not going to show. And that's something I don't want to worry about. Maybe I can fix it a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't have just did one strip. But it's not something I have to worry about. Okay? I mean, I wanted to do it in sections like this. But I didn't, so. And you know, you can see that I'm not so much into the line. I just need a background. Very important background. And there we have it. Let me just quickly kind of solidify that. And that's what we have. So we have our background for, let me see if I can put it back so you can see the whole thing. So there we have the background for outer space, lost in space, okay? There it goes. Okay, now some things I want to stress, okay? As far as putting things on, maybe I'll use one of these. I'll use a white one because I got the black and I can cover it up. So I'm going to show you some things I'm going to do, and then this is going to be it. It's kind of, wow. Okay, this is almost an hour, but it's very important. I wanted to show you, like I want to utilize these points, okay? But I don't want to show that it's all these points. I want to utilize the fact that we naturally divide things. Like for instance, like now I can divide the center, okay? And you notice this one has a center, but it also has a center space, which I'm going to utilize. So it has a center and it has a center space. This horizontally, I guess, it has a total center, and it has a space here and a space here. This one has a space for the center. So we're talking about physics there. Physics of flashart. The center, we have to kind of see the center of the center space. So we have two things. We have a center space and a center that we can draw on. That's vertically. Horizontally, we have, now I'm saying horizontally, I'm doing better with that. I guess that's right. We have a center, a total center, and we have two spaces on either side of the center, which is here and on the bottom. So I want to utilize those things. So I'm just going to do something here so you can see where I'm drawing from. And I'm not going to utilize all of the different measurements that we have when we see center, and then we have to this side, and we have points. So I'm going to utilize these points in the center, like I told you, horizontally and vertically. So if I put one here, it would be like, I want to show you this. Okay, I hope this thing works. I'm going to put it, okay, it's not showing. I'm going to take this back if it doesn't show. Because these things are too expensive. Let me see. It has to work. Okay, I need to get this to work. I need to see if it's going to work. And so far it's not. So let me. It should just work automatically, but it looks like it's not. Now I have to take this back if it's not working. But I gotta put my glasses on and see how they do it. But maybe another one does. I'm not sure I can get it working, but I have to. And that one was actually open. Anyway, I gotta figure that out. This one popped. And this one, I'm not getting it either. I just wanted to show something. Okay, so I'm gonna have to read this thing. I'm not gonna take, I have to take them back if they're not working, but I'm almost sure it's something as far as my reading. I have to read it and see how it's done. Because I'm sure it works. I wanted to show you, but a point, but that one's not coming out either. Just gonna try and show you something. So far, all of them are not working. What did you get? It has like a ball in here. I want to get my glasses on and see it, but it has some kind of instructions that I can't read right now. Let me see. When I saw it, when I saw him do it, I was just so enthused. Okay, so I'm not really sure about how to do it yet. This is the first time I work with them. Anyway, it has to work. Most likely it's gonna work. Even if I have to take them back. Actually, I have time to take them back today. But I'm sorry I didn't let you see how they work. I wanted to show you at least. Look at this one, is bigger. Oh, look at this one. Okay. So I can show you, like, look at this. Okay, I don't know if you see that. Let's see. Okay, see, so you see it. I wanted to show you. See how that looks? Okay. So then if I put a little red, let's see another color, a purple. This one actually works. Well, one of them actually works. Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of them. Anyway, we got one working. The other one's baby going back. If I don't get them working today, I'm just going to get them. I mean, take them back, you know. Because they have to work. Oh, look at this one. It kind of like goes in. But anyway, I got this one working, and you had a chance to see it. And this one is actually green. So this one is not really showing any green, any orange. So anyway, we got 1 point, and you got to see that. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I'm gonna have to take them back. So that's 1 point that we have in Lost in Space. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, and next time you see it, I'm gonna put it on the YouTube to where I just show it, and I don't say anything. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Believe me, you would really learn a lot when you do these when I do these art talks about flash art, and everything is beneficial. So I'll see you next time. Next time I see you on this segment, I will just show the art. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.